Hi everyone, it's Heather from True North Spirit Medicine here. How are you? I'm a bit excited and a little bit nervous. I'm going to do a live reading for you, and I've got some cards here. So this is going to be for the energy of July, so July 2020. And I'm just going to see what comes up. So I've drawn 3 cards just now from this deck, which is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck by Kyle Gray. They're a relatively new deck to me, but I really like them. I really like the energy of them. There's like a calm strength to them somehow. It's quite lovely. Okay, so I just drew 3 cards a few minutes ago to see what we wanted to talk about today. And they're all really quite powerful in their own way. So the first one is Warrior, and it says, be fearless and stand strong. And there's an amazing, what looks like to me a Maori warrior on the card. And then Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. This beautiful, maybe African woman with those eyes. It's quite powerful. And the last one here is Druid, and it says hold the space. And I feel like this is, I feel like they're all relevant, but I feel like this in particular is particularly poignant for these shifting times that we're in. Okay, so they want me to swap them around, and I'm actually going to read I've got Druid, Medicine Mother, and then Warrior in front of me. So, so it is indeed a time to stand strong and hold your light. Stand like the lighthouses in a storm. Know your own power and the strength of the base of your lighthouse. It's solid. It's almost like I'm seeing like the layers in rock, you know, where each one, striations I think, where each one indicates a different kind of time period. It's like the bottom of the lighthouse, which is you all, has these wonderful kind of stripes, I suppose, but each of those stripes, so to speak, indicates a layer of knowledge and information and knowing and understanding and different lifetimes as well. So if you are watching this and you are tuned into this energy, this vibe, this understanding of what's going on the planet, particularly at the moment, then you would know that you have had many lifetimes before, and that you have probably had many lifetimes being in positions of power or understanding or knowledge. Sometimes that maybe didn't end so well. Well, we all had to die in order to come back, I suppose. But there certainly are lifetimes in the collective, and therefore in your Akash, in your record of your past lives, where we're having this knowledge and this power and this inner understanding of the unity consciousness, as some people call it, did bode well for you. So you were able to hold your light, and you were able to stand in your power, stand strong. But not that many lifetimes, because of the old energy, yeah. But now, since 2012, the energy's changed. So what else do I want to say about the Druid? So I'm feeling this kind of like a wave against the lighthouse, right? And remembering the lighthouse is a metaphor for you. So we did ask the question about the energy of July, and even though there's great strength and great power in your connection to source energy and to the planet and to others, I do feel like there's waves coming. They're saying it's like strap yourselves in. There are waves coming. So I'm just asking what that means. So they're using the term waves of ascension. I don't usually use that language, although that's what it is. They're saying just because they're big doesn't mean that it's bad. I do feel like there's family stuff in here. There's been a lot of lineage healing that's been coming up for a lot of people recently, and I feel like at least one of these waves, or a part of this big wave that's coming in July, is connected to family, or the family bonds, or the family structures. Maybe there's shifts and changes, maybe it's a celebratory thing, maybe there's a wedding happening, so new energy is joining the family. This doesn't always have to be negative just because they're big waves of energy coming. They're kind of laughing, they're going, you will need to hold on to your hats a bit though. So just remember, if you are feeling overwhelmed at any point during July in particular, that there are things that you can do. So grounding practices, getting time in nature, eating good food, and drinking lots of water, rest. There's showing me salts and sugar. So sometimes if your electrolytes are out of balance, water actually isn't enough because maybe you're sweating more or whatever, or in high stress where your body needs more sugar, or doing a lot of activity. So just remembering that sort of electrolyte balance within the water as well, But do you know what I mean? Like, add some salt and sugar to your water if you feel like that's what you need. Rest and sleep, and good sleep if you can get it, is really important as well for July. And they're also showing me like the root vegetables. So here in Australia it's winter, nice sunny day, but it is winter. Yeah, the root vegetables, so potatoes, sweet potato, pumpkins, those kind of foods that grow in the ground, peanuts even, are particularly good for grounding, and particularly good for the energy of helping you navigate these waves of energy that are coming in July. Don't be scared though. I'm a bit scared. No, not really. And remember to ask for help, okay? So they're just reminding us of that as well. So think of your guides and your ancestors and all those kind of invisible backstage crew that you've got as really, really helpful shop assistants. And it's their job to help you, and they really like their job. And quite often they can't help you unless you ask. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, or you're getting slapped in the face by old family baggage, or you have to go to this celebration and you don't know what to wear, or whatever it is, big or small, ask for assistance. Ask. Dear Spirit, please show me how to navigate this. Show me how. It's a really good phrase to use. And you can get as specific as you want, just like any order in a restaurant. You can ask for a toasted cheese sandwich with pickles on the side if you want, Strange example, but there you go. Yeah, so ask. Hold your space and ask. Okay, ask for support, ask for assistance, ask for whatever it is that you need in your world. Okay, we're going to come to the second card, which is Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. And I feel like this is sort of intimately connected to that first card, the first card that I read, which was the Druid one about holding your space, using the metaphor of the lighthouse. I really like her face. It's quite amazing. So what are we going to say about Medicine Mother? Honor your inner knowing. Lots of heart energy. So remembering this year in particular is all about coming into the heart space and letting the heart lead, getting out of this mind, this monkey mind that might try and lead us astray. Of course, we need a balance in our daily lives, but if you can lead with your heart, they're showing me like a bullseye, you'll hit the target. There's something here to be said about the mother, the mothering energy. And plant medicine as well, so the medicine aspect of this card. So So they're saying it's time to step up and mother yourself. Allow yourself to be mothered by others, but also really importantly to mother yourself. So to give yourself that space that you need, to give yourself that nurturing or solace or community or, you know, water and rest or whatever it is that you feel that you need coming into these shifts and changes. It's the sort of pivot point of the year. We've just had solstice, we've just had a full moon, and we've just had an eclipse. So it's all kind of like this big, woof, do you know what I mean? This big, come over the speed bump and down the other side. And I feel like July's like, you're coming into a pause space, but there's still more that's going to come. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like some of the energy that's coming in is connected to the sort of galactic radiation or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, so we know that our solar system is passing across the galactic center as we speak. The midpoint being December 21st, 2012. 18 years in, 18 years out. So 2030 is the end of this great transition, and because we're, as a solar system, passing through the galactic center, we're essentially as humanity getting new radiation, good radiation, but new radiation that we've never had before, simply because we're passing through a different point in space. So I feel like this energy of July in particular is connected to all of that. They're saying it's really high caliber, it's really high, it's potent. And again, it doesn't mean it's bad, it's just strong, you know. It's like they show me, like, you know, it was really windy here for a few days ago, and you literally had to hang on to your hat. Like, the wind wasn't bad, but you had to hang on to your hat because it was strong wind. It broke some branches and, you know, stuff in the trees. So I just keep feeling like I'm wanting to remind everybody that it's not bad, it's just big. Maybe it's, you know, yeah, but if you can learn to surf the waves, so to speak, and read the ocean, and, you know, mixed metaphors everywhere here, but you get what we're saying. Like, it's solace and self-care is what I want to say. Solace and self-care is really important, particularly for July. And like I said, I'm in the subtropics in Australia, and it's winter, so it is a little bit easier to kind of go within, because that's the nature of the season we're in. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's summer, obviously, but make sure you get out in nature and make sure that you find those moments of stillness where you can just listen and just be, you know, with the energy that's around you. What else do we want to say about the medicine mother? Oh, something about plant medicine. Oh, like they're showing me like a beautiful herb garden. So if you can, at least grow some parsley in a pot, do you know what I mean? If you can't, that's okay. But lots of fresh leaves. I was going to say fresh fruit and vegetables, but fresh leaves seem really important. So even if you can get some, yeah, you know, like make some fresh tea out of lemongrass or lemon balm or whatever. Yeah, or like, you know, fresh parsley in your omelette or whatever it is, but like lots of fresh leaves, lots of fresh herbs, or, you know, you know, spinach or kale or lettuce or whatever, but they're particularly showing, you know, mint, you know, fresh herbs, as being really important. I'm just asking why that is. And they're just saying vitality. So we know that the fresher food is, the more of its sort of natural life that it has in it. You know, even if you have a fresh apple and you cut it up and eat it half an hour later, some of that chi has dissipated. So the fresh herbs, it's like fresh cut fresh herbs, is a really key thing to help you navigate this next month, and it's about the I want to to say life codes. So it's sort of like, you know, lots of people have been talking about light codes lately, like the new energy and new information coming through the sunshine and the rain. So make sure you get out in the sun and the rain. And I was reminded by Amanda Ellis, who was reminded by Doreen Virtue a long time ago, about getting out into the sunlight and the moonlight at different times of the day, and how that's important. So not just midday, or not just, you know, sometimes dawn, sometimes dusk, sometimes midnight, like whatever. but allowing your body, your physical body, to be exposed to different levels of light, or different kinds of light to come in. And I feel like this information about the fresh herbs, and I've never heard them say this quite like this before, is connected to that somehow. Like it's the fresh codes or whatever in the herbs, and particularly herbs. I find that really interesting. I mean, they do give me, I'm obviously not a doctor or a naturopath or whatever, but free will, do what you want. But you know, I've been doing this for years, so I have found that they do often give people advice around things to eat, you know, diet and lifestyle and stuff. So I imagine that it's as accurate as it has been in the past. Why wouldn't it be? It's for you. But yeah, I just find that really interesting. I haven't ever said it quite like that before. But yeah, something about and I'm seeing like a really nice veggie bed with fresh herbs in it. And it's like the sun hits it and they absorb the light codes, or the information, or the new energy from the sunlight, and then the rain hits it, or you water it, and they get the water codes. But it's also about the dirt codes. I guess it's Gaia, you know. And herbs, and they're saying something like, because herbs are fast growing as well, like you'd get that with any food that's grown outside in sunshine, whether it's an apple or an orange or a banana or whatever. But something about the quickness of the herbs, that, you know, that herbs grow quite quickly. You chop parsley off and it'll sprout back in a couple of days. So something about that, you know, the vitality, in the herbs in particular. Interesting. So anyway, that's part of the medicine mother card. Interesting. There you go. Okay, and the last one, we're on 16 minutes. I don't want this to go too long, so we'll just do this card and then see. So this is the Maori man. Forgive my pronunciation. I always feel like I'm not saying it quite right. Excuse me. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Isn't he amazing? Look at that. The power in those eyes. And I'm hearing the word fortitude. So fortitude, like that strength, you know. Sorry, the focus on the camera's freaking out. Wow, those eyes are amazing. Yeah, fortitude and resilience. And it's like, I really want to sit up quite straight now. Might chop my head off on the camera, but that's okay. Yeah, it's really powerful. So I'm feeling like it doesn't matter what your bloodline is this lifetime around it. It doesn't matter. You might be from Norway. But it's like the energy and the power and the strength of this warrior, this kind of warrior, with that inner strength and fortitude and resilience, is in all of us. You know? You don't have to be from New Zealand to tap into this energy, is what they're saying. And I'm also, again, feeling the ancestors. And ancestors, again, have been coming up for months as a really common theme in pretty much every reading that I do. And again, it's an invitation to call on them for assistance. And they have your back. They have your back. They know who you are. They know what you're doing. They know your struggles. They know your joys. They want to be with you. They are with you. And they want to hold your hand a lot more strongly than perhaps you've been letting them. So again, here's another invitation to connect into your lineage and your ancestors and your heritage of not only of divinity, of being of source energy, which makes us unique on the planet, but also all of that Akashic history, like we were saying at the beginning, that runs through you, literally runs through you. It's like I can see this sort of line of ancestors behind each of you. And it's interesting, they're like, it's almost like they're excuse me, it's almost like they're bowing their heads in sort of supplication towards you, and also passing forward all of this beautiful light, all of this beautiful power, all of this beautiful strength and knowledge and wisdom and courage and support, like a lot of support. It's like, you know that saying, we've got your back? Like, they really do have your back. You've just got to allow it in. They're there anyway, you know. Might as well welcome it in. And it's interesting, like, as I could see this, like one person to the next person to the next person, it's sort of turned into this beautiful river, and I feel like it's like rose water. It's a river of rose. Now they've put like rose petals floating down. It's quite cute. There is perhaps a romance thing, excuse me, a romance thing connected to this. So maybe there's new romance coming, or a reignition of a current romance. But I feel like it's sort of bigger than that, because remembering that love is an energy and not an emotion. So I feel like part of the gift that these ancestors of yours are handing to you, particularly for this month of July, is love. Okay, so there's support and guidance and information and all the rest of it, nurturing, mothering, you know, all of this, the ability to you know, stand strong in the waves of the storm that's coming, good storm, but also love. So just pure, unconditional love from the other side of the veil to you. So I feel like if you want to, you can take a few breaths and just maybe put your hand on your heart and just breathe into that and just allow that in. Feel the strength of that. It's sort of like washing through the back of my heart chakra and out the front. It's really quite lovely. So know that you are powerful. Know that you are loved. Know that you are your own ancestors. That you have this power and grace, this resilience and strength within each of you. And now is the time to call it forth. Now is the time to stand strong like the lighthouse. Now is the time to allow that beam to beam out in your community, in your family, in your city, around the planet, remembering to give and uplift the energy of Gaia in all of this, because she is the one that supports us all. And by increasing the energy of the grids around the planet, we increase the consciousness, and everyone steps up and steps up and steps up, and it all comes from a base of love. And when it comes from a base of love, a foundation of love, and nothing can knock it down. It is full of compassion and joy, very high integrity. Joy and laughter are there as well. It's quite beautiful, it's really powerful. I'm assuming you can feel that as well. If you've got some rose water, drink some rose water. I like rose water. If you don't like rose, don't eat it, obviously. Smell some roses. It's all about that rose energy, and remembering how powerful love is. In our culture, we're often taught that love is weak, and to show your emotions is weakness, and all of that kind of nonsense. But the exact opposite is true. The exact opposite is true. Love is the strongest force in the universe. So you've got that on your side. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. Hope that helped. Be kind to yourselves. Remember to rest and drink more water, and just put your hand on your heart every now and again. Just let yourself heal yourself. Self-mothering. It's good for you. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.